is y'all. Elvis here, back in with another episode of Better Barbering. For my new people, Better Barbering is a series that I started where I share tips and tricks that made me a better barber, that other people use to make them better barbers, and ideally better people. But today, our topic is cutting off clients. So, as we know, clients are the lifeline of your barbering business. Without clients, there is no barbering business. But all clients are not created equal. And most people think of customers and clients as synonymous. But there's a subtle difference. I'll get into it. Customers are people that do business with you.
Commerce, nigga.
Clients are customers that have some type of relationship outside of the transaction. A customer might do business one time. A client is going to do business reoccurring. Or even if they do business one time, they're still going to be in the ecosystem of your business. When it comes to barbers that are starting off and just building their clientele, I always try to tell people, don't let your first few customers stop you from finding your clients. And I say it like that because it's kind of similar, like getting clients is kind of similar to getting friends. Like your first friend group, they're going to be people that associate with you off of just your, like, let's say y'all in the same environment, y'all the same surface level circumstances. But as you grow and develop as a person and you find your path, you're going to choose people that are more conducive to who you want to be as you grow. Same thing goes for clients. The first few people that were my clients, they paid my price. That was great. But as I progressed, my price went up, of course, but also the value that I brought and who I wanted to become, the path I was on changed. So the people I was associating with changed as a result. And I'm blessed to say that all my clients, like my number one flex on any barber, is that I don't have any clients that sit in my chair that I personally resent. Now, keep in mind, it took a long time to tailor my clientele to weed out all the people that weren't conducive to where I was trying to go. There's no point where like my phone reminds me I got an appointment and I'm like, I'd have kept this guy. Not all money's good money. So, this video is about cutting off clients. So you assumed we were gonna get to this. It's important to understand what makes somebody a worthwhile client for you. I have the 3 P's I like to talk about when I'm auditing any relationship: peace, purpose, and profit. As a client, everybody's going to add to the profit. It's rare that people add to peace as well as purpose and profit. So I've realized now the standard for my relationships for all clients as well as friends, associates, is like people adding to my profit, ideally if they're a client. But then peace and purpose is way more important to me. Not everybody got to pay me if they're going to be taken away from my peace or my purpose. And now I've realized that I've gone through different stages with my barbering career where barbering used to feed me mainly financially. It was a money play, and it was also something that, was fun. It was a hobby. But over time, it started feeding me socially and spiritually because I found new meaning through my craft. And also, I use my craft to connect with people through those ways. Now, like, money is less of a factor when I'm auditing my relationships with my clients. As long as they pay my price, they good in the profit category. What made me cut a client off was them repeatedly violating my boundaries. And if I address it and I realize they can't understand where we're coming from, I understand that's where we got to cut off the relationship. I'd much rather have a client that paid my price and did not tip me, but was respectful of my time, my energy. There's a lot of clients that, let's say, are willing to pay house call prices, big ticket prices, but they're the kind of clients that kind of try to wave it in front of you like, oh, you gotta get it, work hard for this money. While I have clients that literally just give me more than what I asked for. I feel like debatably some of my clients overpay me for some of the work I do, but I understand it's the value that they associate with the service. But that's also an important thing to realize, like, clients are worth keeping if they value you at your level. If they don't think your price is worth your price, they're not your client. If they don't think you're worthy enough of being on time for the appointment or respecting your energy investment, they're not your client. And some people are gonna go through seasons where they are your client, but then they grow out of being your client because either you became a different person, they became a different person. Maybe a lot of times it's like level of convenience is a big issue. Just moving across the city, they might need a new barber because it's not as convenient anymore. I go through different seasons where barbering is I go a little harder in the barbering as far as like hustle, and sometimes I'm more on the artsy side, hobby. Some parts of the year, it's like I have really open availability and I'm just grinding out, cutting hair. Other parts of the year, it's kind of more just like a hobby. There's a lot more half days. Some people who work let's say specifically in the morning or specifically at night or just on weekends, I'm not available for them as much. But for those kind of people, I have recommendations. A lot of my clients I claim long after I stop cutting their hair. Them being my client isn't dictated specifically by me cutting their hair, it's by the relationship being established. A lot of my clients, which are basically a lot of them are my friends now, I cut a lot of clients in college. So, a lot of them have grown up and went off to do big boy stuff. And now they're in different cities. If we ever in the same city, whether they over here or I'm over there, we got time, we gonna link up because we're friends. If they have an opportunity they can put me on that makes sense for me, they'll put me on. And same over here. The relationship is way more important than the transaction. And long-term clients are gonna pay you way more than frequent customers. The specific criteria you're gonna have for cutting off clients is gonna be dependent on you, because my biggest thing is my time and my energy. If someone comes in and has an attitude with me, this might be the last time you get a haircut. I don't care if you pay me double. Disrespect soils the money for me. But I also understand there's other people with less of a strict relationship with time, and they don't really care if you play with time a little because they might not be there on time. But they care a lot more about the money. If you're paying a certain dollar amount, they'll still be your barber if you don't pay X dollar amount, even if it's above the tip. Some barbers are like that. But either way, your specific criteria for your clients is going to vary depending on who you are. People can try to make you feel like you're petty for having your very specific criteria, but ultimately, it's all up to you. Forget their opinion. They don't pay your bills. But that's all I got for today. I appreciate y'all watching. If y'all got any game, you feel like I gave y'all some value, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok. Go ahead and follow your boy at Cuts by Elvis. But thanks again. Till next time, Craft Over Clout. I'm out.